Welcome to Good Day Dixie. I am Erin, and I'm here with Kendall.
Yes, Good Day Dixie. I'm very excited. This is going to be an exciting.
Hello, Southern Utah.
Good Day Dixie.
We're going to start out with our new segment, though, called Cover Wars. And what this segment is I find things that I find interesting on the cover of many different magazines, and you find what you think is interesting.
Interesting or very exciting or important stuff.
And they usually come out very different. The ones that I find and the ones that you find.
Right, stuff that we think people care about, so you have your cover first, right?
Yes, I will talk about my cover first because obviously I think it's the most interesting.
Okay.
I found on the cover of Where It's At, I don't know if you at home can see that, Kendall.
They can see it, yeah.
Can you?
Well, I can see it, yeah.
Okay, they're
Looks
talking
good.
about a new group called Shallow Day. And they're from right here in St. George.
Local band.
Yes.
Okay.
And they have become an internet sensation, kind of overnight. They've written a song called, I have to make sure I get this right.
Twilight, What Have You Done With My Wife?
Yes.
What have you done to my wife?
Yeah, well, it's called What Have You Done to My Wife? Yes. And the lead singer, Mike Seeley, he wrote it about his wife after she stood in line to wait to see Twilight for like hours and hours on end. But you can go to our website and check out the music video and the song.
Or it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube as well, and it's getting tons of hits. So
Well, it says here they've had over 260,000 views. Am I reading that number right?
Yeah, and that was a couple days ago.
Okay, sometimes I get my numbers wrong.
I'm sure it's over 300,000. And the video is cool because it was shot locally too, so you'll see stuff you probably recognize around
Yeah,
St.
we
George.
watched it the other night, and I saw lots of places downtown and everything.
It's very funny. So that's a pretty good cover. My cover is Dixie State basketball,
Sports.
Red Storm basketball, men and women on the road in Hawaii. The women won. They're on a it's a 4-game road trip.
Yeah.
4 games in Hawaii. Traditionally, historically, they do terrible on that road trip.
I've heard that.
It's 4 games in a row. They used to split it up, and now it's more like an NBA type schedule. Coach Judkins has been very frustrated, but the teams this year, both teams, women's and men's, have won, so they're 2-0 right now on that road trip. They play again Thursday night. It's going to be live on BYU TV, if anybody gets BYU TV, KBYU. And the men won last night. They came back. They were down 20 points. 7 minutes left in the first half. They were down 20 points. They came back and they won 83-72.
Well, and it's in Hawaii, so I would just want to lay by the beach. Maybe that's why they don't do so well.
That's part of the reason it's been tough. They get a little bit distracted. But anyway, so go Red Storm and keep up with basketball. Go online, check out the scores. It's very cool. So,
well, and have we got anything else for Cover Wars?
no,
We're battling out with just those 2 covers today.
Those are the 2 covers. I think we should go on to the Dixie Dozen.
Okay, perfect. The Dixie Dozen is the 12 things that you need to know about Southern Utah.
That's right.
Everything you could possibly need to know about Southern Utah in 12 things.
That's right. So number 1,
Yes.
This is cool, and I just learned this. Dixie State College professor Neil Walter running for Congress. Last semester, he's got a strong financial background. He was teaching a lot of classes, and a lot of his students in those classes had a lot of hard questions about the economy. Why is the recession taking so long? Why are we in a recession in the first place?
Yeah.
Questions that everybody has, and that inspired him to run for Congress, which he is. And if you want to learn more about Neil Walter, Professor Neil Walter,
Which I do.
Go to neilforcongress.com.
Oh, well, that's way cool.
So that's very cool.
Well, I have number 2, and it's prom season. I know you're excited about that.
I am so excited for prom season.
It is prom season,
Wow.
and so for the entire month, there's dances at the high school level and at the college level. And here at Dixie State, there's a dance coming up.
The senior prom, but
Yes.
with a kind of a twist, right?
Yeah, well, they're asking students to bring senior citizens to the prom as their date, which I think is cool.
That is very
So
cool.
get ready for prom season and bring a senior citizen if you're a Dixie State student.
And bring some Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, come on now.
I'm just saying. It was a cheap shot. Pretty lame.
All right, number 3.
Moving on to number 3, Parade of Homes is still going on.
Yes.
Erin is so
I love the Parade of Homes.
excited she can't even stand it. But St. George area Parade of Homes, go to you've written a lot here for me to read about the Parade of Homes.
I know because I love it. I got carried away.
We did go over the weekend and saw some beautiful homes in Ivins.
Yes, that I want. Desperately.
They were beautiful. Go to the Parade of Homes. A lot of local designers, obviously, and home builders.
And there's one specifically that was built for that's handicap accessible, which I thought was cool. So go check those. There's many, many different types of homes.
A lot of different new innovations they've made. So
yes.
Parade of Homes, St. George Parade of Homes.
Yes.
Yay.
And number 4, and this is something that I did not know.
Yeah.
First of all, I did not know that prairie dogs were an endangered species. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
In southern Utah?
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that. In fact, I'm not even sure I know exactly what a prairie dog is.
I have no idea. I have no idea what a prairie dog is, nor did I know that they were endangered.
Yes, well, they are apparently in southern Utah.
I had no idea.
And so they have appointed a new prairie dog czar for southern Utah, whose sole job is to make sure that we don't kill off all the prairie dogs.
The prairie dogs are for the Utah Prairie Dog Recovery Implementation Program, which is not something that I ever thought would have ever existed.
Yes.
Oh, but it does.
Yeah, and this prairie dog czar, it's a woman, and her main job is to protect the prairie dogs and then also make sure that farmers and people like that who have them on their property, that they can manage them appropriately so that they can still farm. They don't eat everything.
They've been protected since 1973.
I know, I just saw that.
I didn't know any of that.
I did not either.
But on a more maybe urgent note, something that's been in the news, and we learned about it just the other day. We were watching the news, I think Fox 13, but in Draper, it was Draper or Sandy or both. Debit card machines at the pump at a few different 7-Elevens have had skimming fraud devices put into them. And if you go online and you look at what they look like, you can't tell that it looks like a regular keypad that you pay for your gas at the pump. And so this is technology that steals your information and then sends the information via Bluetooth to the thieves, and they steal your information. So, and this is something that's rampant in California, Nevada, and Utah, and they're just finding out about it. So check your bank accounts and pay. You have to go in, if you're afraid of it, go inside and pay, or do what I do and pay with cash.
Yes, you have to walk a little bit, but it's good for the waistline too, right? Just
walk?
Walk in and walk out.
I just have bad credit, so I just pay with cash. That's why I do it. Maybe it's good exercise too.